Hey guys, what's up? It's Whoopsies here, and today we're going to be looking at how to get even more value out of your Dead Hard. Let's check it out. Dead Hard, the old get out of jail free card that so many survivors run, and so many more honestly should run. But every once in a while, instead of actually getting away from the killer, you wind up headbutting a tree. Now, if you don't know what Dead Hard is, it's a perk from David King. It's an unlockable, and it's an exhaustion perk that allows you to lunge forward and dodge any and all projectiles and melee attacks that are headed your way. In case you don't know how to use Dead Hard, you activate it by pressing your active ability button, which should be E on mouse and keyboard by default, like this. Or sometimes, if you're like me, when you use it, you panic and you use it like this. But regardless of how you use Dead Hard, there are a number of different ways that you should be using it in order to get even more value out of it and to make sure that you guarantee you get away from that killer and maybe don't take a hit and go down when you don't need to. So the first of the 5 ways that we're going to look at today on how to use a Dead Hard is the last resort. And this clip that you're watching now, you're going to see in a sec here, but I use Dead Hard to escape a singular Oni swing. It's not terribly effective, and if I had mistimed this, I would actually have just wound up on the ground, possibly exhausted, or maybe not even having my Dead Hard trigger in time. You really want to avoid this. It only buys you 1 or 2 seconds, and it's not terribly effective. It's possibly the worst way you can use Dead Hard, but you still will successfully dodge an attack, and it might look cool in a clip montage, I guess, if you edit it just right, but other than that, not really a lot of value to be had just by using it to escape a singular swing. The second way to use Dead Hard is using Dead Hard to dodge. And what this means is it's essentially a more successful version of the last resort. I take some damage from these Trickster Knives early on in this loop, but then as long as I keep guessing his mind games correctly at this TNL wall, I could hypothetically keep him here forever, or at least waste a significant chunk of his time. Now what's going to happen in a sec is I actually assume that he's going to go for a mind game again, and so I just continue to hold W around this side, but as you guys are going to see here, he's actually going to go for a bat swing, and so I use a combination of a spin and a Dead Hard in order to get to a safe area, in this case this corn, where he's having a much harder time seeing me and has a much harder time landing these knife shots. Now this clip's going to roll a little bit while I talk about what the loop is. The loop is the third of these 5 Dead Hard strategies, and this is the first one where you can actually use Dead Hard a lot more strategically than with the dodge or the last resort in order to get value. Now, what's going to happen in a sec, and I'm going to start talking about it before it happens, is that in this loop that's going to come up, I'm going to be running along a wall, and I'm going to Dead Hard in order to get to the next pallet, in order to make this loop that would normally be pretty unsafe actually a little bit safer. So this gen pops, I get hit about here, and then I'm going to start running. And when I get to this short wall, this wall is too short. The Trickster can easily mind game this wall here, right? But with a strategically placed Dead Hard, it allows me to actually get to the pallet and make this unsafe loop safe enough that I can slam the pallet down and get away. Now, the reason that I differentiate Dead Hard in a loop and Dead Hard for distance is that using Dead Hard in a loop allows you to make better usage of the loop once you're already there, allowing you to turn unsafe pallets into safe pallets, or allowing you to get more value out of a safe pallet, whereas Dead Harding for distance is getting from an area that you are not safe in because there is no loop there at all, there's no tile, and getting into a loop. In this clip, I was able to get out of the corn against this Legion and Dead Hard to a pallet that was safe enough in order to get me out of this chase, and therefore allowed me to buy more time, which also let my teammates unhook as I was doing this. So again, using Dead Hard for distance is getting from an unsafe area to a safe area. So the 5th and final type of Dead Hard that you can use is Dead Harding in order to get out of the way once you've rescued another survivor. Now this takes a little bit of practice, but fun fact, you can actually use Dead Hard from a standing position without running as long as you're holding down whatever your run button is. So for me, in my case, it's shift. So as long as I'm holding down shift, I can Dead Hard from a standstill. What this looks like is after you unhook, you want to immediately hit the E button and Dead Hard out of the way so that the person you're unhooking takes the hit. Now, what's important here is that you also have borrowed time, so that way when they do take that hit, they get a speed boost and they're able to get away, and you are also able to get away. This is the most difficult type of Dead Hard, but if you can pull it off, it's also the most rewarding. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like, and let me know in the comments what types of guides you'd like to see on this channel going forward. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and until then, be sure to remember the 5 Ds of Dead Hard.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.